Good day. Welcome to another episode of Regional Review. My name is Kenya Kambowe, the correspondent for Namibia Media Holdings in the Northeastern region. Today in history is Love Your Lawyer Day. Check out this video. On today's show, we'll be talking about a number of events that have been unfolding in the northeastern regions. Firstly, we'll be talking about the water shortages in the town of Rundu. Secondly, we'll be talking about the filthiness of the streets of Rundu. Thirdly, we'll be talking about the 29-year-old man who was attacked by a crocodile while he attempted to fetch water for his family due to the shortage of water in the town. Fourthly, we'll be talking about the lifeless body of a 35-year-old man which was found floating in the Kavango River some weeks ago. Fifthly, we'll be talking about a social worker from Kurenkuru in the Kavango West region who allegedly raped a 16-year-old girl who was put under his care. Last but not least, we'll also show you a video of a Rundu Town Council employee talking about how they are planning to revive the recreational park within the boundaries of the town. Thank you. Rundu water woes. Residents of Rundu for the past few months have been turning to the Kavango River in order to survive. This is because the Rundu Town Council is unable to supply the residents with water. According to Council, the reason why they are unable to supply water is because residents are not honoring their monthly bills, which negatively affects their income, which is used to buy water from NamWater. Council is on a prepaid water system, which means that they can only use or supply what they have paid for, which normally does not last a week. Rundu's filthy streets. The Rundu Town Council is faced with filthy streets where road reserves have turned into mini dumping sites because the town's only skipper truck has been damaged for over a month. This has resulted in residents dumping their refuse next to overflowing skip containers. A 5-minute drive through the town, especially along the Maria Mwengere road connecting the Central Business District to the University of Namibia campus, is an eyesore. Namibian Sun observed that some residents have turned to burning refuse in an overflowing skip container. Others complained that the local authority is failing in its duty to deliver services. The filthiness along the roads in Rundu is however said to be a result of the town's only skip container truck being in for repairs for over a month. Rundu spokesperson Benjamin Mackay confirmed that the skipper truck has been in for repairs for over a month. He said Council is in the process of engaging Rent a Drum to assist them in addressing the issue. Men attacked by crocodile. A cocktail of socio-economic challenges, headlined by unemployment and lack of potable water at his house in Rundu's Dama location, pushed John Komba Nashirere, 29-year-old man, to the edge of the valley of death last week. While some may have gone to the river because their taps at home had run dry, for Nashirere this is a daily routine in recent months. The father of 3 has no water connection at home, and his informal settlement Ndama has no communal taps. In Dama, if you do not have a tap at home, you are on your own. The only time that Nashirere and his family could access potable water was when neighbors allowed him to draw water from their taps. The local authorities failed to provide water, a basic need for all its residents, even by means of community tap, means Nashirere and others in his situation solely rely on the crocodile-infested Kavango River for contaminated water. The contaminated water is used for household needs, including boiling, some for drinking. Communal taps are deemed cheaper as residents may share the cost amongst themselves. As to what happened on the day of the attack, Nashirere said that he traveled with 2 others to the river to fill their containers with water. It was in the evening around 7 o'clock when he was attacked by the crocodile, which bit him in the right thigh and left him with injuries to his legs. Meanwhile, for what he went through, the Environment and Tourism Ministry indicated Nashirere will be compensated with $10,000 as per the National Human-Wildlife Conflict Policy. He is currently admitted at the Rundu State Hospital where he is recovering. Man found without body parts. The body of Engidius Kayanguya, a 35-year-old man from Rundu Sawema Township, was found floating in the Kavango River last Monday with a number of its body parts, including testicles, missing. According to the post-mortem conducted on Kayanguya's body, it revealed that his testicles were squeezed out, the tip of his penis cut off, and one of his nipples sliced off. He also sustained 2 knife wounds to the neck. Several sources from Sawema told Namibian Sunday the tongue of the deceased and some of his veins were removed by the suspected killers. The Namibian and Angolan police will launch a joint probe into the mysterious death, which could be linked to witchcraft where body parts are harvested for certain rituals. According to the police, the only evidence the police have at this point in time is the testimony of the deceased friend, who told the police that they had illegally crossed into Angola. According to the friend, the 2 were arrested by Angolan police officers stationed at Damdam border post that Saturday. Kayanguya escaped from detention after he allegedly asked for permission to go relieve himself, the friend told the Namibian police. The friend paid a fine for crossing into Angola illegally and returned to Namibia, where he found out that Kayanguya had not returned home. It was only in the early morning hours of that morning. It was only in the early hours of Monday when Kayanguya's body was found floating in the Kavango River. Subsequently, the police picked up the friend at Sawema and put him under police protection as he was in danger from enraged community members who threatened to take matters into their own hands. Thus far, several demonstrations have been held by community members who want justice for what happened to the deceased. Social worker. A 42-year-old social worker was arrested 2 weeks ago after he was accused of raping and impregnating a 16-year-old girl who was assigned into his care after she was raped, fell pregnant and gave birth at just 14. The girl is now pregnant with a second child. Marcus Nairenge Kaundu was released on bail of $5,000 after his first appearance before Magistrate Barry Mufana at the Kaenge Periodic Court. The victim's guardian did not object to bail being granted. According to a preliminary police investigation, Kaundu, a gender ministry social worker based at Kurenkuru in the Kavango West region, raped the victim between November 2020 and May this year. Kaundu met the victim after she was referred to him for counseling when she became pregnant after being raped by another unknown perpetrator at the age of 14. The matter was reported in August, and following police investigation, Kaundu was arrested. The case has been postponed to 12 January 2022. The victim is from Mutengo village. According to the police, Kaundu denied the allegations. Following the granting of bail, Kaundu is back at work. This was confirmed by the Gender Ministry spokesperson, Lucas Haufiku. The following clip is of Mr. Ladislav Sikerete, who is going to talk about how Town Council plans to revive its recreational park. Sikerete, can you briefly just tell us about what's happening at the Rundu Park? Over the years, we've seen this park has been abandoned. There was lack of grass. Things have improved now. Can you just tell us as to what has been happening over the few months and where are we currently standing with this park?
Okay, thank you very much. What has been happening is that for the past years, this place looked abandoned, just like you have said, whereby there were no activities that were happening here. Actually, there's a plan that was already formulated that's supposed to have developed some times ago. But now, due to the challenges that we've been having, because if you look at it, that when you enter towns like Otjiwarongo, you enter towns like Okahanja, towns like Grootfontein, you know, a park is a necessity, you know, to extend that these are the places whereby one have to come, sit down, come with the family, relax and things like that. But in Rundu, these are things that were deprived for a long period of time. But it's now high time that we came open to the public and say, can we try to see how we can develop the park as a team? Because you see, the most important thing is the ownership. Now, what is happening now, stage one is that we are developing in two phases. The park is supposed to have food kiosks. The park is supposed to have an indoor soccer. The park is supposed to have a swimming pool and other things that's supposed to be in the park. Now, stage one, where we are today, we decided to make the grass a little bit greener. And then the second thing that we are working on is to put up the toilets. Though we are saying that the park is open to the public, yes, people are now coming in, they are sitting, but you know, we are still also having the challenges of the toilet. But now we are promising that we are the toilets, it's underway. Anytime soon we'll start putting up the toilets.
Okay, tell us about the challenges that you are facing. As you mentioned that over the years there has been attempts to revive this park, but it was not successful. So this time around, are you saying everything is running smooth, or there are some hiccups in terms of what could have led to the previous failures?
Yeah, what we did was when our CEO have joined, so he encouraged us to change maybe the model on how we do things. Because if we just say that, no, we don't have funds, we don't have what, at the end of the day, things could not move. So what we did was we decided to say, the little resources that we have, like previously I've mentioned that when water is closed, and then the park cannot go on because you see, there is no running water that we can able to use for us to irrigate. So now with the little water that we are getting, like, you know, there's this rational method where in the morning and a little bit in the evening. So what we are doing now is that we just water a little bit in the morning, and then when the water also resumes in the evening, you just cover. So that's why we have taken only half of a hectare for us to put up the grass. So there are so many challenges. Number one was also the issue of the place. There are parts where the place is vandalized. You know, there's no one entrance. People just enter it any way they feel like. But now we are saying that no, we are trying to work the park together with the community for us to have sense of ownership.
Okay, maybe just last but not least, the response from the public, seeing that the place is somehow green, when I've seen you've taken to social media promoting this project, what is the response? What's the feel like on the ground? Are the people looking forward to the park, or they are just saying, it's just one of those places that we can go to when we want?
Yeah, to be honest, when I launched on the social media, as we're trying to promote the place, the response from the public is very, 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 very positive. Because like I said, people were denied some of these, activities. I'll tell you, every day I receive calls from people, want to come in. Like we are telling them that, no, the place is open. Like if you can see the other side, we've put up a small indoor for soccer, where kids are coming here every day. They want to come and play soccer. And many people are coming in with ideas that, no, they also want to bring in the jumping castle and things for the kids. All we are saying on the behalf of the council, all we are saying is that we would like to request the public to come so that we can able to develop our park together, because this thing is for our children. We don't want to make it like, no, it's a town council thing, but this is the project for everyone. So some people also donated some trees that the likes of Mr. Erastus Komeno. He donated some trees. He donated soccer balls for the boys. So you can see that the response from the public is, is people are very excited about the park, and we are looking forward to make sure that this park becomes a success together.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching. Tune in again tomorrow for another episode of Regional Review.